Hi everyone, Mimsy here. This video is going to be part 2 of my drapery making series, and this video is called What is Buckram and Why Do I Need It? So I'm going to tell you what buckram is and show you the different types of buckram available, and then I will take you into my guest bedroom and show you exactly why you need to use buckram. So let's get started. I have a few different types of buckram, and not every type obviously, but I'll just show you the couple types that I've got. So buckram is used in drapery making as well as in haberdashery or hat making. And buckram is a woven or non-woven material, meaning it's like a fabric or sometimes paper. And it's used in the header of your drape, the top part of your drape, the header where you have your pinch pleats, the part that you attach to your rings or clips. And it's put in there to stabilize your header so that your header is not saggy and you have a more tailored looking drapery header. And it's so important in drapery making that even IKEA puts buckram in their Ritva drapes. I don't know about the others, but in the Ritva drape that they sell at IKEA, they actually have buckram on the header. That's how important buckram is. Obviously, you don't have to put buckram in your drapes, and I'll show you what happens when you don't. Okay, so here's a couple of the types of the buckrams that I have on hand. You can get woven or non-woven or paper. You can get transparent for sheer fabric. You can get solid with pleating header already in here. This one here is a pencil pleat. It has these strings that you just grab a hold of and pull, and it pencil pleats your drapes for you. You can get iron-on or fusible buckram that you can just iron on to the back of a ready-made drape. Those are super convenient. Or these, which are sew-in types of buckram. You can also get a type of a buckram that has a pocket for your drapery hook. That's what this is. It actually has a little pocket there that you install your hook into. Those are super convenient. So there's lots of different types of buckrams. One thing that you want to keep in mind with it is that some of them are washable and some of them are not. So obviously the paper buckram, you don't want to wash that. It'll just disintegrate in there. Just doesn't wash well. So when you're choosing your buckrams, you want to buy something that can potentially be washed if your fabric is washable and you plan on washing your drapes. Oftentimes most fabrics do say dry clean only, so just a tip, keep that in mind when you're choosing your buckrams. You can get buckram at your local fabric store. There's not a lot of choices at Joann, but you can also order from Rolly Company or the Home Sewing Depot, or the online fabric store has a ton of choices of buckram. You'll see there's lots of varieties of buckrams. Well, here we are in my guest bedroom, and these are some curtains that I made originally years ago for my living room. In my living room, we never opened and closed the drapes. We just didn't need the privacy. They were on sliding glass doors, and we just didn't use them. They were never opened and closed. So for some reason, I didn't put any buckram in these panels over here. I don't know why. I don't know if I ran out or what the story was, but there's no buckram in these. And you can just see by looking at them how slouchy they are in between my drapery hooks. And when you open and close these, they just bunch up and make a mess. And if I want them to look neat, I have to get up here and arrange these so that they look nice. Whereas these are so nice and tailored, and they keep their shape. They're stabilized, and when I open them and close them constantly, they never get a mess like these do. The other thing is the buckram stabilizes the header, where without it, it just hangs down and gives you that droopy look, which is fine if that's the look you're going for. If you want a really casual look, or if you're using a sheer fabric, that's great. But you can see that my hooks are all exposed here, my drapery hooks. If you're using a ring that has a clip on it, then this would be fine. You would see the clip, But when you're using drapery hooks, you have to have buckram because look at how it just sags down and you see that ugly metal hook. It just doesn't look good. So this is why you want to use buckram to stabilize your drapes, because look at that, it just slouches down and they all end up just a big mess. And who wants that when you can have a nice tailored look? And obviously if you're going to do pinch pleats, it might help, but even with pinch pleats, the buckram makes it so much nicer. So that's why I think buckram is so important. Obviously, it's personal preference. You don't have to do it. You can buy ready-made drapes and just install buckram right on the back of the header. Perfect. Tailored, you'll get nice and tailored drapes. So that's it, you guys. How many times can I say buckram? So check out the next video on the drapery construction. This is the best one of all. So go to the next video on drapery construction. I'm going to show you miniature size how to actually make your drapery panels.